So the Confederacy today in Knoxville, Tennessee, the Knox County School, they banned 1976 Pulitzer Prize-winning novel Roots, credited raising awareness about Black American history and sparking interest by all Americans in their genealogy. Spokesperson Carly Harrington said Roots was recently added to the district's list of banned books. The district is able to remove the book from the shelves under the Age-Appropriate Materials Act. The law broadly restricts materials from being available to students if they contain nudity, sexual abuse, sexual content, or excessive violence. Really, that's fascinating. So, two things here. Are you going to teach about the president, who's a rapist and defends child molesters? Are you going to teach about the violence of January 6th, where the president lied about an election and watched officers get beaten? Is that too violent, or is that a bridge too far? Is that okay because he's a white supremacist? Yeah, I didn't think so, because it wasn't about that. Now, this is where the true hypocrisy comes in. You know what this is? This is my Bible, and I'm not going to preach. The same people, the same white trash MAGA that are complaining about Roots because they're so triggered by Black history, you send your kids to school on Sunday. In this book, Noah has sex with his daughters in a cave, incest. But yet you teach them from this. And here people went into furnaces and burned to death. You teach from this. A man is literally whipped almost to death with a cat of nine tails. Then he has to drag a cross, and they put nails in his wrists and his ankles, and he bleeds to death. And then they stick a spear in his side. That seems pretty damn violent, doesn't it? But somehow, on Sunday, you teach from this book. This isn't too violent. But somehow Roots, about Black history, all of a sudden, and there's a piece of this I want to read back to you, because it actually is what it's really about. The district is able to remove the book from the shelf. They've wanted to for a long time. Why don't they want Roots? Because they don't want their young white trash children to read about actual history. They want to perpetuate the lie of American greatness, of white exceptionalism. Look how good we are. See, we're not. That's the problem. We have a lot of white trash in this country that live in the South in the Confederacy. And the moment that the Voting Rights Act got overturned by the Supreme Court, they said, now we can legally go back to segregation. We can implement Jim Crow 2.0, and that's what they did. All of these white trash MAGA, because that's what you are. See, America has never been great. It was founded by white trash, racist founding fathers, and that's what they were. They're trash. You know why? Because they owned Black people, like animals, like cattle. And when they died, they put them on the will and passed them to their kids. They said Black people were only worth 3/5 of a human being. They were whipped. They were beaten. We literally stole Black people on slave ships in the Middle Passage, where 1.4 million died. But you white people, you MAGA, Make America White Again, you don't want to teach your kids about that. Why? Because you want to tell them the lie of American exceptionalism. You want to perpetuate the great lie that you told through the Daughters of the Confederacy. And you lie, and you lie, and you lie, and you say the Civil War was about states' rights. When in fact, the Southern states said it would be detrimental to the commerce of America if Black people weren't able to work in our fields as slaves, because God designed Black people to handle the sun, and they're the only ones that can pick the produce. That's exactly what happened. The lost cause was MAGA 150 plus years ago-ish, right? Because they don't want to actually admit what this country is. And just hearing me say this, that America is not great, the first thing that comes into these white trash MAGA's minds, with their 6 teeth and coming back from their Klan rally with their date with their sister because, you know, they found them on Grindr, is, hey, if you don't love America, you can leave it. How dare you criticize this great country? You know why they think that? Because we've indoctrinated people in this country, generation after generation. When they're born, we put them in American flag diapers. and we put them in front of a TV, watch flags and nationalism and songs and bald eagles, and you're like, oh my gosh, and you create this lie of greatness and nationalism. And as you get older, you get up and you go to school and you eat your freedom Wheaties. Billy, don't forget to feed your pet bald eagle because only real patriots have bald eagles. Oh, don't forget to polish your truck with 1776 Constitution and Bible scriptures. Make sure your 4 trillion flags on your truck are perfectly aligned. Make sure there's no crinkles. Worship the flag. When you go down the street, roll down your windows and sing, God bless America, because you'd sure hate for your neighbors to think that you don't love this country. Oh, and let's not forget to have 48,000 guns on our back because we're patriots. See, that's nationalism. It's indoctrination. You all don't actually love America. You only love the whiteness of it. You don't love the red, white, and blue. You only love the white. That's what this is. That's what the voting rights is about. That's why they evoked it and voted for a white supremacist. That's why they put a rapist and a man that defends child molesters in the office, because they didn't want the black woman. I don't know what it's going to take for white people to wake the hell up and start caring. You're not going to vote your way out of white supremacy. Stop it. Just stop the shit. You're not. We're here because white people won't be uncomfortable. You won't do what I'm doing because you're worried about Uncle Bob or your mom or your sister. Screw them. Do you want to be friends with a white supremacist? Do you want to be friends with people that voted for a man that rapes women and defends child molesters? Those are the people that you're worried about upsetting? Maybe they're not the problem. Maybe it's you. You're right, I'm mad because I'm sick of people sitting by and acting like this isn't happening. They're going back to segregation in the South. They're taking away black representation. Like Donald Trump has taken away the history of slavery at the president's house in Philadelphia. Medgar Evers in Mississippi. Oh, it wasn't slavery. Oh no, it was other stuff. Taking away roots. CRT, DEI, worshiping racist podcasters. Hey, guys, the roaming blacks. Hey, scary white people. Hey, if the president's black, maybe he wasn't born here. I'm not saying he's not. I'm just asking. Taking away the history of slavery in the Smithsonian, very fine people, the white supremacists, having dinner with white supremacists. What do you see? Huh? Just today, as I make this video, Zoran Mamdani put out a tweet. Somebody's putting the swastika in New York City. When Trump won the election, I have a friend that didn't go to work the next day. I said, why? She goes, because I knew it was going to happen. Sure enough, she came back. Racist comments, the N-word. One of them included a burning cross, because that's what Donald Trump represents. That's the only reason he won. And I'm going to say something, and excuse my language, but I don't give 2 fucks what you all think he won about. It wasn't about the damn economy. No, it wasn't. Part of this country was triggered by a black man in the White House. And their version of American exceptionalism, traditional family, white values, was thrown upside down, and they lost their damn minds. Oh my God, there's a black man in the White House, not in the fields working for me, not staying in my guest house. He's not shackled up. Oh my God, what's happening? We're going woke. That's what this is. Every single person on the right, they're clowns. They're petrified of being a white minority. Dr. Oz, just this week, what did he talk about? The birth rates are down. They should be at 2.1 per person. Now it's at 1.5. We need to fix this. He means we need more white babies. Donald Trump, before he was elected again as the Grand Wizard, what did he say? I'm going to give women $5,000 so they can make more white babies. This isn't rocket science, y'all. What did Donald Trump run on? And don't tell me the economy, because that's crap. That man has 6 bankruptcies, 3 failed marriages, bankrupted 2 casinos, added $8.2 trillion to the debt, never gave you a health care plan. Mexico never paid for the wall. He never gave you his tax plan. He lied to your faces. You didn't give a damn about the economy. You just cared that he was white. What did he run on? Oh, yes, the brown people from Mexico. There it is. Just like Hitler. Yes, they're poisoning the blood of America. But Paul, I just want people here legally. So do I. But you can't vote for a rapist and a convicted felon and say, I just want legal people here, because you didn't care about the white man being a criminal. And that's what it's really about. It's the brown people. Yeah, they're the ones taking your jobs. Yeah, blame the brown people. While Elon Musk, an immigrant, has the wealth of $650 billion. But yes, the people coming from Mexico, they're the real right. We're just giving them billions of dollars, and we're giving them mansions and hotels, and we're paying for their retirement, and we're all giving them $8 trillion of 401ks because y'all are too stupid to think for yourselves. You'd rather find a way to be the white victim. And instead of blaming the people in power, you went back to what you know, white supremacy, the white victim card. I don't know how much more simpler to make this, y'all. You're not going to vote your way out of white supremacy. You have to be uncomfortable. You want to know what you can do? I'll tell you. You got to be uncomfortable. I want you to go outside tomorrow and put your flag upside down, where all of your neighbors do it. Be uncomfortable. Post on social media about stuff like this. Everything that he says that's racist. Post the picture of Donald Trump showing Barack Obama as a monkey. Yeah, totally not a white supremacist. Yeah, sure, you tell yourself that. That's cute. Post it on Instagram. Talk to your MAGA parents. Talk to your mother, your dad, your mom, your brother, your sister. Talk to your coworkers. How could you vote for this? Hold them accountable for their vote. Because enough of you aren't doing that, because you don't want to be uncomfortable. And when I ask you to go on a general strike, because that would work, you know what I hear? I can't afford to. I don't want to. It's going to be financially hardship. Well, then, this is what we get. But see, that's white privilege. Because you have the privilege of going to work and not doing a damn thing. That's the definition of privilege. Black people don't have that luxury. Our black brothers and sisters have put up with this shit since 1619 because white people won't get uncomfortable. They're not doing what I'm doing and standing on a goddamn business. Immigrants don't have that luxury. Somalians don't have that luxury. Muslims don't have that luxury. People that are transgender or gay or anybody that doesn't fit into their white supremacist, straight white, little Tammy Faye Baker, Erica Kirk bullshit point of view, bigots, they demonize everybody. And we're just sitting by going, well, sorry, I can't talk to my mom because Christmas is going to be weird. Then you're complicit. Don't act like your silence is innocence. It's not. Silence is complicity. If I see a house on fire and I do nothing about it, I'm complicit. If I see somebody drowning in a pool and I don't do anything, I'm complicit. We will not remember the words of our enemies, rather the silence of our friends. And that's what Martin Luther King, he was talking about white privilege. When you're ready, white people, you let me know. But don't give me bullshit excuses, because I'm really sick and tired of it. I can't, I won't. I can't, I won't. I can't, I won't. Ask yourself this. If you were black, would you want somebody like me to fight for you? Then why aren't you fighting with that same tenacity? Because I guarantee you, if your family member, if your great-great-grandmother was in somebody's will or in somebody's tree or was beaten or shackled, you'd have a whole lot more empathy for them. Now, I didn't, because I give a shit. That's why I'm doing this. Just like Ben Parker said to Peter Parker, with the great power comes great responsibility. White people, whether you like it or not, you have privilege just because you look white. Yeah, it sucks, but you know what? Shit happens. It is what it is. I can't change it. But I can sure as hell choose what I do with it. So white people, are you going to be on the white side of history or the right side of history? What's it going to be? I picked my side. And I've lost business because of this. I've pissed off family members because of this, and I don't give a damn. Because the only way this country's going to change is when white people choose to be uncomfortable. And too many of you are sitting by. And I'll leave you with this. Sorry for the long video, but this pisses me off, white people's silence. First, they came for the immigrants, but I wasn't an immigrant, even though they were eating moldy bread. Didn't affect me. Then they came for the Somalians because they were eating the dogs and cats, but it didn't affect me, so I went to work. Then they came for the black people and they put them in trees. Hey, but it wasn't me, so I didn't do anything. Then they came for the transgender athletes, but that wasn't me, so I didn't say anything. And then they came for the LGBTQ community, but that wasn't me, so I didn't say anything. And then they came for me. And then I lost my job. Then the economy went the toilet. Then I went into bankruptcy. Then we went into a depression and a recession. And there was nobody left because I watched every other demographic because I kept making excuses why I can't be uncomfortable. Have a good day.